Hello, welcome to more Chihayafuru Season 2, Episodes 22 and 23 today. I'm pretty sure, because there's 24 and 25 left, and then Season 2 done. It's actually been a hot minute since I've recorded the last few episodes. I've just been a bit busy, and with my work schedule, it's a bit inconsistent. It's not a consistent sort of 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. So there's just some periods where it's hard for me to find time to record based on my schedule there. But we're back, we're finishing Season 2. Well, not finishing it. I'll do these 2 episodes, and then next week I should do the last 2 episodes, and then I'll talk about my plan for Season 3 when I finish Season 2 next week. But yeah, it's Shinobu time, and no Monogatari reference intended there, but Chihaya has been matching against Shinobu, and she's taken off the bandages off her hands, so, or her finger, so she's really letting the weights off like Rock Lee. But I'm really excited now because the season's obviously it's coming to an end, but it's really in like its full sort of flow here, and like the last like 4 or 5 episodes have been just nothing but amazingness, like non-stop, and the tempo is just keeping on rising and rising, and how tense it gets. It's a really great time at the moment. So yeah, I'm excited to sort of watch these, I guess, penultimate 2 and then final 2 next week. So yeah, let's get into episode 22. This was so fucking hype, bro, when I first saw this. She said she was only going to let them off Arata, and then cold meeting on the path. Straight into it? Yeah. Straight into it, oh my god. How is this gonna go?
A級個人戦準々決勝選手8人のうちで残ったのは3人。エムロ君の相手は北欧のアマカス君。感じがよく優れた運動神経を生かした速い鳥が持ち味。メンタルトータルバランスにおいてはエムロ君か。鈴木愛太は昨日スタメンを外されたのが悔しくて、今日は普段以上の鳥が見て取れる。相手は福井の綿谷君。今まで高い城を回っていて、あの綿谷はじめ永世名人のお孫さんという情報しか入ってないけど、どんなカルタをするのか。山井君の相手は明石第一女子の大坂さん。力で取る山井君に対して速さを磨いたしなやかなカルタ。さらに昨日の団体戦から調子を上げてきている。Obviously, I mean, character-wise. そしてクイーン若宮忍。相手は水沢の綾瀬さん。リオンを任したあの感じのいい子がクイーン相手にどこまで。先生、ここまで左手で。綾瀬さん包帯だって。
That's really crazy. She got to the last 8 using just her left. I wasn't expecting her to get this far at all.
ちゃんと戦えるかわからないけど、後悔だけはしたくない。
Yeah, I get it.
え？つまらん T シャツ。
つまらん T シャツ。
That's a super rare one. That must be really funny to see that interaction from afar. Just Chihaya just lifting up her shit and Shinobu smiling.
大変そうやね。私も右手で取りましょうか。冗談でもそんなこと言わないで。去年忍ちゃんと戦ってから一日だって消えないあの速さを。
Yeah, I don't think Shinobu realizes the impact she's had on Chihaya.
忍ちゃんに勝つことだけを目標にしてきたの。全力を見せて、日本一の、世界一の。
I can't see any way Chihaya wins this with an injury. Even if she didn't have an injury, I wouldn't be that confident in her winning. But Shinobu's eyes are elsewhere. She's not focused on who's in front of her.
ちょっと千早、いい加減にしてよ。私がちょっとだけ出たドラマがこれから。あんたその丸っこい人を何回見れば気が済むのよ。お姉ちゃんに呆れられるくらいクイーン戦の録画ばっかり見てた。
That was so random that she put on weight and then like, yeah, that was such a random thing that happened.
やっぱり決まり島で全く動いてないように見えるけど、そうじゃない。手が動いてないだけで体は読みのイメージを追って動いてる。
Chia's voice
溜めてるんだ。
sounds more determined than like.
ミスなく決まり時の瞬間にピタリと取るように。それも最短距離の札の縁を刺すように。
I just don't know how we can even compete here. Maybe I'm overestimating their skill gap, but
人づてならで言うよしもがな三日の原嵐吹く
I love just the swoosh sound. It is just so elegant and smooth.
どうやったらあそこまで正確に。
あれだけのスピードなのに。
札と指がつながってるとしか音がしない。
Yeah.
それほどの軽さ、鋭さ。さすがクイーン。
強いとか速いとか言うのは外側の人だけでいい。
花ぞ昔のカニにおいける君がためを叱らざりし命さえ。
やった。
苦手な大山札を守りきった。
さっきの10分しか練習できなかったけどうまくいった。賭けだったけどいつもは自陣右下段内側が定位置の君がためを左下段内側に変えてみたんだ。左手で取って初めて分かったこと。
Yeah.
左利きの
She
人
has
が
that
取り
now
に
as
くい
well.
大山札の位置がある。
That pain again.
忘れろ忘れろ。ちょっとでもかばったら1枚も取れない相手。考えることは一つ。どうやったら勝てる。
長くもがなと思いけるかな。
どうやったら勝てる。どうやったら勝てる。どうやったら。
But it's just the game's passing her by.
よく食らいついてるように見えるのに、取ってるのはクイーンの方ばっかりなの。
She's still figuring out how the game's just.
どうやったら。
Yeah, the game's just moving on. That's crazy.
春の日に
船木はほんの少しで負けてる。忍ちゃんの正確さに負けてる。得意札なのに。
God, the music's so good. She's disappointed. Wow.
私も
I mean, yeah, it would be distracting having it on.
なんでよ。あんたは昨日団体戦で優勝したとこのエースやろ。お友達と仲良く目標
But
は
why are
達
you
成した
still
よ。
fighting?
なんでよ。
To this extent as
怪我
well.
までしとんのに私に集
She
中し
has
てる
no
わ。
idea, like, she has been thinking about it the entire time.
カルタに集中してるわ。
ノブレドロニーデニケ
シノブレッドクイーンの得意札をあの子
Yeah. Oh, Chia. God, I love the cut to just the noise of the room
どうかしましたか。
with the line work
大丈夫です。
for it. That was really cool. This episode's been really strong, like
シノブレと
from a directorial point of view.
札送ります。お待ちください。
The music direction as well has been particularly strong.
物や思と人のとまで
Yeah, man, like
すげえ相手怪我してても容赦なしか
綾瀬さん。
流れも会えぬもみじなりけり
I can't see her winning this. There's like I love the sound effects are so good. Hmm.
カルタが気に入ったんなら近くのカルタ会に行きますか。
わかりました。しのぶちゃん、よろしく。そうや、ちょっと前に入った同じぐらいの年の子がおるんや。一緒に練習したらええ。ほら、あそこ。
Reminding me of back then when she could just blitz opponents. Disappointed watching them struggle. I mean, yeah, look at the cards, man.
巡り合いて
Oh wow.
同時の時は自陣の鳥やから、今のは忍ちゃんの鳥やな。次頑張り。それは紫式部っていう人が友達との再会を読んだ歌や。
またギリギリ私の勝ちや。しのぶちゃん、私らライバルやね。
忍ちゃん、次は流星君と取ってみなさい。
Oh yeah, they didn't let him
相手
play.
はずっと年上や。思い切って取ってみたらええ。
ちはやぶる
That card as well.
気をも聞かず竜田川
Shinobu's disappointed.
ありがとうございました。ありがとうございました。
So it won't be this season we see
ありがと
Chihaya
うございました。
come out on top against Shinobu, eh? That's not surprising given the current circumstances. Surely it's going to be a Taichi, no sorry, an Arata Shinobu final.
若宮さん、何枚差ですか？
23枚差です。
さすがですね。23と。
もうあなたは無茶ばっかりして。こんなに腫れてるじゃない。テーピングまで取って痛かったでしょ。保冷剤もらってくるからここで待ってなさいよ。
Oh, Chihaya.
もう何枚か取らせてやったらよかったんかな。
None.
忍ちゃんに同世代の仲間はおらん方がええ。
It's all like
手加減を覚えてしまう。
that's fed on her ego.
正しい。
あの子は一人になるほど強くなる子や。
伊勢先生はいつも正しい。ありがとう。手加減しないでくれて。またカルタしようね。
Shinobu.
いつ
Oh.
いつや。クイーン戦で。名前
Oh.
何やったっけ、あの子。
Oh.
しかし相変わらずの強さやな、クイーンは。同年代相手でやともう敵はおらんのやないか。
モチベーションが心配ですよね。周防名人みたいに試合に出なくなるなんてことになったら。お
今ダメ。もう今でも笑わせるのに何してんねん。しかも23枚さ、ワインも取られた。逆に相手にしながれだめ。まだまだ甘いね、しのぶ。次は1枚も取らせへんで。
Oh.
終わっちゃった。しのぶちゃんとの試合。終わっちゃった。終わっちゃった。
Oh.
私の夏。
Where are we now?
高砂の
Ah,
ありがとうございました。やった勝った3回戦進出全力。いつもはあの鬼のような先輩たちと囲まれてよくわかんなかったけど、私ったら強いんじゃない？緊急優勝ありえるんじゃない？
すごいじゃん花野さん、見直したよ。
that voice acting.
次準決勝
Ah, yeah.
3回戦
That was, I mean, third round was pretty good for her.
花野俺準決勝進出。
Nice.
写メ撮って弟たちに送るから。宮内先生からメール。あ、真島先輩たち。
Is Taichi in the final? Nice.
俺も勝ち進んでんのに。
So I guess he's in the semis. I wonder what Kana and thing they're doing.
真島先輩。何この雰囲気。
Is he up against? Is it Rion?
負けね
Oh.
え勝つんだ勝つんだ真島に勝って永久に
Oh man, that was a good ep. I wasn't expecting the Shinobu match to be wrapped up within a single episode, but it does give us a lot of room in the next 3 episodes to explore Taichi's game, possible final as well. I think that was a semis, was it? I assume so. If Thing from our silver-haired guy in our team was in the semis, I assume they align there. I'll double check at the end, but yeah, well time to go to Taichi's game, maybe Kana or Komono's game, and an Arata maybe against Shinobu in the final. So it gives us a lot of time to explore what's going on elsewhere. But I mean, yeah, we just got straight into it. And like I mentioned in this episode, sorry, the general direction and the music direction in particular was really strong. Like, I think Chihayafuru has a really good OST in general, but I think this episode is the best it's been in terms of its usage and its timing to scenes and creating like a really strong tone and atmosphere, knowing when to have an OST, knowing when not to. It was just super impressive, like consistently. There was definitely, it's one of those episodes that a few minutes in you can already feel there's a different air to it. There's just something different about it to other episodes. I wonder who was directing this one. But yeah, I didn't think Chihayafuru, I was about to call it Chihayafuru. I didn't think Chihayafuru really stood a chance. With or without the injury. This is a really funny moment. Like, it's kind of proven that these two do have a chemistry different to others. Like, Shinobu doesn't recognize it yet at this point, but she does by the end. And that's the thing, Shinobu just has no idea like how much that first game stuck with Chihaya. It's interesting we didn't get a lot of Shinobu force at all this game. It's kind of because in terms of how it actually went, it went pretty similarly to most of her other games. It wasn't that different to how she's been playing and how she's been beating people previously. It was a comfortable win. Sure, there were times where Chihayafuru sort of bit back. There was when she got the Shinobu strong card, even just taking off her gauge, like stuff like that. But in general, it was very much another run-of-the-mill game for Shinobu. And I think that's what makes the sort of ending scene really impactful, where Chihaya goes and sort of grabs Shinobu at the end. And I was repeatedly kind of pointing out Shinobu's like disappointed sort of expression during the game. I think there may have been, because Shinobu, Shinobu may have not realized how much that previous game had an impact on Chihaya, but she remembered who Chihaya was and acknowledged her at least. So she had some sort of expectations going into this game, and obviously the injury only hindered that. And I think during the game she was probably just wondering, like, oh, I guess it's just another good player that will never reach my level, like, and who will walk away from this and will never improve. But as we see at the end, it's completely different. That's what I mean. And yeah, and we're starting off with Shinobu's already got eyes on Arata. She's not focusing enough on who's in front of her. And it's testament to Shinobu's ability that she's sort of able to do that and still beat her with ease. Yeah, I guess this, the sound effects of the sound design is really strong. And even just Chihaya's sort of monologuing, her voice sounded different. Like, it felt like a moment that we've all been waiting for herself as well. Yeah, and that's the thing, is that Shinobu was beating her, but it was still close in terms of each card by card. It was close. So that's when Gia's like, the only way I have a chance of winning now is just taking off the gauge and sort of trying to play as normal as I possibly can. I mean, yeah, if you're so used to your hand doing certain things and feeling a certain way and weighing a certain amount, and you obviously adapt that weight to the power of your lunges, the accuracy, all that sort of thing. If there's something on it that is bringing it down, it's like, I imagine a player wouldn't play with a bracelet on, even that sort of thing, or a ring on when they wouldn't usually. So that's sort of something that would affect Chihaya as well. But Shinobu does get impressed by Chihaya's drive. She hasn't seen that before, especially when someone is playing against her. She's used to players just giving up and her having to just comfortably beat them without trying too hard and just watch them get demoralized each point that she gets. Again, this scene was really good when they did it again, and then they just showed this, like, these like rough lines. It was like, they're kind of like action lines that you see maybe they use in the corners or the sides of the screen for shonen stuff, but it's just that over a body, and just because it wasn't silence, it was just the sound of the room, like the sound of the air, the sound of people moving. It was just a really strong scene of like it kind of settling in for Chihaya, being like, oh shit, like I'm actually really hurt here, and I don't think I'm going to be able to win this. That's the sort of impression I got from it anyway. But she's still trying, and Shinobu is acknowledging her sort of her tenacity here. And Shinobu's respecting it as well. She's not going easy on her. And then we get into this little flashback here. And obviously we've seen some of this stuff previously. Her joining Karate, playing against a girl. Obviously it being close, but enjoying it. And immediately, was it Ie Sensei? I wonder if we're going to learn more about him. Because immediately he sort of recognises Shinobu's potential and is like, okay, you're going to play against harder players. We're not going to put them against easier players, even though she's having a good time against this girl. And even just playing against someone your own age, and even gender at that age, is sort of really important, just to have those relationships there. You're going to feel more affinity towards them. Whereas Shinobu's now up against this, I'm either a teenager or like grown-ass man. So immediately that sort of connection is just cut off. It is now just about the game from a girl that age's perspective. Like, she's not gonna expect to be able to make friends with someone like this while playing. But I love the way it went in to the flashback and then back out of it and then in again. The transitions were really smooth. Again, like I mentioned, it's just a really strong directed episode. And I feel like Chihiyafuru's direction in general is good. It needs to be good because visually it can be quite lacking. I mean, I understand this is a pretty insignificant sort of shot here, but what I have on screen here, the drawings aren't fantastic. They're fine. There's nothing really stand out about them. There's nothing really that bad about them. But the show really benefits from having a strong direction, and I think this episode is like proof of how strong that can be. I should really check who. I'm actually going to try and find it now. Who directed this episode? We go on keyframe staff list. Chihayafuru, season 2, episode 22. Takayuki Sadohara. Let me put that name into Annie list. So I was really impressed by the general sort of feel of this episode. I mean, from my list, there's nothing I'm familiar with that they've. Well, I recognise some of the shows, but nothing. But I don't know if that is the right one. Maybe I'll just do it on keyframe. If I paste that name, because there is 2 of them. Yeah, it is this one. Oh, Naruto. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing that I'm actually familiar with that they've done apart from Naruto episode 29, 37 and 45. I wouldn't be able to remember exactly what those episodes were. But I was really impressed, essentially, by this guy and his work here. Just a very cohesive episode, both audio and visually. It's one of those episodes that just leaves you feeling like really good about it in all departments. Like, it just feels very cohesive is the word. I'm trying to think of another word to sort of describe it, but it just feels very put together very well and very solid in like all areas. And I like how this episode feels like this, given it's the Shinobu game, the Shinobu Chair game, really obviously anticipated. Having it all just be in one episode as well, I feel like if the episode didn't have this sort of feeling and structure to it, I could imagine it leaving people feeling disappointed if this was just this Shinobu Chair game, nothing sort of that standout production-wise. It would just feel like disappointing given the build-up, but we have this episode and then you have the way it's sort of directed and the feeling you get from it. It leaves, it's poignant. It leaves me feeling good about it. Even if the game, from a narrative standpoint, was maybe underwhelming from Chihiya's perspective, and I'm sure maybe, but I don't understand how you could possibly go into watching this game and thinking Chihiya really stood a chance with her injury. Yeah, and then she's thinking like, maybe I should have gone easy on her to make her feel better. She looks over at Chihiya, who's like upset, in pain, distraught about her loss, and she's thinking the same things that she's thought about so many other opponents in the past. because I don't think Shinobu has any malicious intent in terms of discouraging people from wanting to play character, but she's disappointed when every time someone plays against her, she just beats them with ease and moves on, and that's it. No connection made there. There's a loneliness to being that good, as her teacher and society have sort of stuffed her into, that sort of guided her on that lonely path when she was too young to even make that sort of choice or even understand those sort of things. And at this point, Shinobu's just thinking the same thing again, that it's going to be the same. I should have gone easy on her. She should have maybe got a few cards so she doesn't feel as bad. Which I know, okay, I just gotta listen to what he said. He's always right. And then, but yeah, she's there, she's like, and look at that face, man. And she appreciates that. I wonder if anyone's even said something like that to her after being defeated by her in such a manner. And obviously this is a Chihaya being Chihaya. There's no sort of other intentions going on here. Like, this is just pure, genuine, character-loving Chihaya who just wants to get better. I love that as well, Chihaya. Let's play characters again. And Shinobu's like, when? I need to know when we're playing next. And this is now an expectation that Shinobu has for Chihaya. It's been set. And Chihaya now is going to be determined to match that. And I love throughout this whole backstory, even when we were shown this girl, I think, previously, and when we first got Shinobu's backstory, she didn't have a name. And then we finally learn it at the end to show us that, yeah, Shinobu does care, like, about her opponents. And in this particular instance, like, she doesn't want to be taken away from these people. She wants to play people her age. She wants to have... There are connections that she does yearn for, but she doesn't maybe fully realise it. Oh, Shinobu, what a character, man. What a fantastic side character. Like, in terms of her screen time, it's like low. But it's these sort of characters that I think are the best in stories like this, is where they have a really strong presence on screen. There's a mysterious air to them. Good characterization in short amount of time, like really efficient in the way they characterize Shinobu, both through like a quirkiness and then her quality of actually playing a brief backstory that tells us everything we need to know. Like, and now she's like, yeah. She's thinking she wants to play her again. I'm not going to let her take a single card next time. And now these expectations have been set, and then Chihaya next time hopefully is going to come into play in her, or not injured. It's going to be also just Shinobu playing against her on maybe, I don't know if fairer terms is the word, but more like in terms of expectations. She's not just going to go into it thinking, just another opponent I'm going to roll over and they're going to forget about me. There's going to be that different sort of feeling from Shinobu's side when she gets to play Chihaya again next time. I mean, I feel like for Shinobu to even have like a recurring opponent like this, who makes an effort to make a connection with her, is important in the first place. I'm unsure if Shinobu and the guy who's like possibly as good, better than her, I forgot his name again, whether they have anything going on in terms of whether they've played each other repeatedly or any sort of relationship there at all. But this is like a first for Shinobu, basically. Yeah, I mean, what a hell of a fucking tournament she has had, by the way. She was pretty unlucky to not, like, I mean, she wasn't that strong at the start of it, and she was definitely losing narrowly to opponents, but she had a good team around her. Obviously managing to get the win in the end, beating Rion in like her best sort of scenario, winning the team tournament, going into the solo tournament with an injured dominant hand, and then managing to make it to the final 8 using just her weak hand is ridiculous, like insane. And obviously, even just getting to play Shinobu in the first place is like a big thing for her, obviously. But I mean, yeah, she's hell of a tournament she has had to. And Hannah did well, third round, and then we get this. I remember that guy from the Foreigners team. He's doing well as well. Taichi is still in it. Was it the semis? I'll see now when. Yeah, the semis, and that is Rion. I'm pretty sure on the right. So maybe a Taichi and Rion final would be interesting. I assume. Oh no, he was A and he went out to Arata. Yeah, I forgot about that. Nishida. Be up against Retro. This is a game that's been coming. It's a really fun setup here as well. So let's go into the next episode. I assume it's going to be Taichi versus Retro. Maybe we'll probably see a bit of Kana and Komono. And then maybe possibly Arata as well. Maybe how the Class A games progress. But we'll see. Let's just get into the next episode. I'm pretty sure that was Rion in the other game. Maybe we'll show it. Yeah, it is. It's because of the Fujisaki logo on her back.
何この雰囲気。
負けねえ負けねえ勝つんだ勝つんだ真島に勝って永久に
Cherries bloom on the slope below the peak. This is Class A. Yeah, we're setting up. We're setting up.
自分のペースになれない
江村先輩差がつく一方なんて
Megan versus Shinobu, eh?
この二人格が違う。
札移動します。
I hope we get a full like
札が移動しても
showing of Arata v Shinobu if we get it.
強い相手には積極的に札を動かしてエマロ君に気持ちよく取らせない。
しかも嫌なタイミングで
クイーンの方はなんかもう霊感でもあるのっていう速さ。
違う。若宮忍は独特のルールで札と結びついている。どんなルール？林田さん、録画ちゃんとできてるわね。
はい。
町村君も最後までよろしくね。
はい。
Gonna check on Rion.
桜沢さん、永久の方は終わりそうですか？
うちの首相が福井南雲会の綿谷君にやられそうですよ。指導のコツを教えてもらいたいくらいです。
またまた。みどりちゃんは競技者としても一流やったけど、指導者としても一流や。今大会他に注目の選手はおったんか？
そうですね。
I was wondering which year I was because she wasn't in either of the games
ちょ
watching.
っとあなた、こんなところで寝ないの。
すみません。
この怪我、うちの山城リオンと当たった時のものね。大丈夫？後で山城と謝りに来るわ。
This is a sweet interaction.
いえ、山ちゃんには
山ちゃん。
山ちゃん
にはこんなのは内緒で。
Yeah.
怪我はする方の手の出し方が悪い場合が多いって私の先生が言ってました。もっと練習します。もう日が暮れてる。他のみんなは
Yep. Yep.
綿谷の勝ちで14枚差です。
はい。
若宮14枚差です。
はい。
やっぱり A 級決勝戦のカード。綿谷新対若宮忍。
なんや、残るんはやっぱり新たと私やない。
I could not
南
predict
東
that
線の皆
with
さん
my
は
life
お
on
疲れ
me.
なんやろな。いくつも勝ちを拾わせてもろて、ほんまありがたい話やわ。あと一つ拾わせてもらいたいもんやな。
10分後ですか。
なんで
ああ、待って。
新たなんで
野球の決勝
クイーンと当たるのになんであんな顔できるの？なんで見たい。新たと忍ちゃんの決勝戦見たい。前の方のいい席取らないと。
綾瀬、
千早ちゃん、みんなの試合はどうなったの？
お前メール見てねえのかよ。
私は C 級準決勝で負けました。でも机くんが C 級の決勝に残ってて、すごい。それで真島部長も B 級決勝です。1回でこれからまとめてやります。
He beat Retro.
別々のところで。
あれ、もしかして
Oh man.
決勝は綿谷新とクイーンかよ。
Surely we'd play the finals and not all at the same time.
悪いけど俺 A 級の決勝の方を見るよ。綾瀬も見るよな。
そんな冷たいですよ、肉まんくん。部長の大事な試合。
だってあいつ勝つよ。応援なんかなくったって絶対勝つよ。
I believe that as
君は
well.
ともかく今日の真島は全然違う。応援なんていらねえ。何より綾瀬にクイーン戦を考えて練習しろって言い続けたのはあいつだ。来るなって言うよ。
He would, but deep down he wants Chihaya to be there.
全員そこに並べ。北欧の選手がベスト8止まりとはどういうことだ。手こび100回ずつだ。
須藤さん、ヒョロはいいんですか？
あいつはいい。
Surprised we didn't get
ラ
that
イバルと
much.
思ってるやつに18枚差つけられたら
Whoa.
デコピンはいらん。
Whoa, okay,
マシ
Mashima.
マ初めて見た。
Yeah.
全然違った。気負わないマシマ。
選手揃ってますか？
Against Rion.
5時20分から各階級決勝を始めます。
真島先輩、今のうちに水分取っておいてください。駒野先輩も。でも遅いですよね、綾瀬先輩たち。もうそろそろ始まっちゃいますよ。またどっかで寝てんのかな。綿谷さんの方行っちゃって来ないとか。
来ないよ。多分 A 級の決勝は新たとクイーンだ。
Oh, Taichi.
でも決勝戦の相手は。ちょっとやだ。なんで山城さんの応援？テンション上がんないよね。団体戦だってあの子のせいで負けたんじゃん。絶対勝てるみたいなこと言っといて。
嫌われてるな、リオンのやつ。
お前がいじめるからな。
でも仕方ないか。もう勝ち残ってる人いないし。今年ほんとダメだったよね。あの B 級決勝精一杯頑張ってきます。応援よろしくお願いします。
How can you not? Yeah, look at them all blushing. How can you not cheer for her?
藤崎のカルタ部が充実しているのは今まで毎年結果を出し続けてきたからだ。3年生の先輩たちが抜けたらリオン A 級選手も激減する。勝つんだ。
来年一度も負けない夏にするのはあなたよ。
5試合勝ち切って結果を出すんだ。優勝するんだ。
それでは時間ですので各階級の決勝戦を始めます。
よろしくお願いします。
Okay, they're all played in. Oh, these ones at least played here. Maybe not Class A.
どうして決勝戦なのに。
俺なんでここにいるんだろう。同じ級のやつに5回連続で勝つことがなんで今までできなかったんだろう。
決勝戦なのに。
He's in a completely different zone, man. This would be really bad if it doesn't win this, I think.
ちょっとすみません。すいません。
She's
そこ
here.
入れますか。すみません。
何やってんだお前。永久の決勝は絶対あなたとクイーンだろ。二人ともお前の一番大事な。
私が今一番大事なのは太一が永久になること。
Come on, Taichi.
千早のことはいつもわからん。
息が。
あいつすっごいバカだ。1分1秒でも早く勝つ。大差で勝って千早にあなたとクイーンの試合を見せる。
That's one way to think about it.
やった
もういっぱい。
もうちょっと詰めてよ。入れないの？
浦安のは A 級の決勝だけにしといてよかった。 B 級決勝は藤崎の応援が多いから。しかしさすが注目されてるなクイーン。でも運営側の注目は
It's a great game to watch. There's a match without too much stake in it. Like, I don't mind who wins this one. Like, I'm not invested in them emotionally to win. Suo, that's his name.
なんか懐かしい。ちょっと独特なしのぶちゃんの配置、暗記の仕方。ずっとこの百種で遊んできたんやろな、一人で。
All this time.
そこにおるんやね。迎えに行くわ。
暗記時間あと2分です。
あなた結局一番カルタが強い今、カルタに個人で向かい合ってきたもんや。はっきりさせようや。うちかあんたか。どっちにしても仲間はいらん。
おが
綾瀬バカだ。この試合を見ないなんて。
始めます。
よろしくお願いします。
何言わずに昨夜この花冬ごも。
どこまでやれるあなた。現役最強のクイーン相手に。視界の外の札も札直で取る若宮忍のあの速さと正確さに。
今を春べと昨夜この花白露に。
今のどっち？
クイーンだ。
ホイスチョ
どっち取った。またクイーン。
やっぱクイーンの独壇場か。
独壇場？アホ言うな。2枚ともセームや。
全方位の速さ、正確さ、変わってえん。
それが忍ちゃんの長所。あなたよう覚えとくんやぞ。人が崩れるのは長所からや。
早い。
何今の綺麗な渡りで。
赤浦はもう一時で取る速さのクイーン相手に一時より速い飛び出しで取った。
思い出す。綿谷先生の嫌な家
Vicious counter style.
クイーン相手にほぼセームの取りを続けられて、渡り手で得意な札を取られた。気が抜けない相手。クイーンでも思うやろ。全方位の守備では危ない。
ごめんみんな。今日は捨てる札と拾う札を分けんとあかん。
Her only friends are the cards.
忍ちゃん、崩してくで。
お手つき
お手つき
Oh dear.
二人でお手つき何回メタメタだな。
あれ準決勝の真島先輩と全然違う。
別人みたい。
I wonder who. Because it's Chihaya.
やばい。早く勝って終わらせないといけないのに。
Yeah, he's got.
千早に
Yeah.
新たな試合見せるために。
It's not perspective he needs.
幸いなことに相手の山城さんも調子悪いみたいですね。確かにあの読手さん読みが不安定だし、でもどうして専任読手さんが3人も。もしかしてこれ読手の試験を兼ねて。
名より他に知る人もなし。
Oh dear. Oh no. Oh bless him.
お前の勝利は藤崎の勝利だ。
そういえば私今まで読書さんの方しか見てなかった。リズムが取れない、テンポが安定しない。でも一音一音は綺麗。
Wow.
これが千早でもギリギリだった。
周防名人みたいだった。
山ちゃんの感じ。
大地
からにもしや
何を聞いたらそう取れるんだ。 F 音も M 音も音になる前の音を捉えられる人間。こんな才能と俺はどうやって勝負したら。
山ちゃんを調子に乗せたらダメだ。大地手が出せなくなる。取れる札も取れなくなる。
何やってんだ俺。早く勝たないと、枚数差つけないと永久の決勝が。
Oh man, you gotta snap out of that way of thinking.
こんな周防名人みたいな才能にどうやって。失礼しま
Figure
す。
something out.
周防名人みたいって思うから体が硬くなるんだ。千早みたい。千早みたい。失礼しました。札動かします。
友札を全部分けた。
まだ練習でだって千早にちゃんと勝てたことは
He
ね。
always puts these like his own mental blocks in these matches.
でも
Like, because this isn't Chihaya.
三次決まり取れてる。拾われた。なんかすごい地味。でも感じのいい人相手に取ってる。
スピード勝負に乗らずに取れる確率が上がる攻め方。
和と小札は場に1枚飛び出して取る。自陣の阿札は5枚離しておいてある。14で攻められても慌てるな。左上段を使え。ここを相手に狙わせろ。手を低く、もっと低く。右枝の大山札はしっかり囲えば絶対に取られない。分かれ札は敵陣が取れればいい。無理せず 50% 確保だ。暗記しっかり。特に定位置から動かした札は20チェック。どんどん変わっていく決まり字。暗記を積み上げて確認して確認して。一時決まりは全部捨てる。
God, I love when we get into Taichi's like this.
まつげか、カルタで大事なのは才能だ、漢字だ。でも同時にカルタは10枚の取ったと。
Simple as, yeah.
15枚の拾っただ。大差はもう
1枚差でいい。
Yeah, just win.
1枚差でいいから。いつか千早に勝ちたい。
The Chihayafuru card.
ありがとうございました。
What? He just won? Like that?
私、
Wow.
足りない。
Okay.
いろんなものが。
ディオンは体力も足りない。優勝を狙って
Yeah,
5
that
試合
makes
戦
sense
い抜い
from,
たことがなか
from
っ
my
た。
point of view.
水沢の部長は見事ね。鍛えてある。
He's in Class A now.
才能と戦う覚悟がある。
真島9枚です。9枚差。ぼやっとしてんなよ。行くぞ2回。A 級の決勝まだやってるから。クイーンとあなたの試合だろ。
Oh.
永久だよ、太一。
Yeah, Steve did it, yeah.
おめでとう。
Oh. Oh man. Another good episode. We got through a lot today in this episode. I guess it means obviously in the final two I guess we got to learn the result of what's his name? Commono's final, and so we'll probably get that at the start, maybe. And then we're gonna get, I guess, the second half or towards the end of Arata versus Shinobu for like next episode, and then probably just like wrapping up this arc, this like time at this tournament, and then the final episode like a season epilogue sort of thing, maybe setting up the last season, a chill episode. I remember in season 1 we had that where they all went to the different parties and Arata found, or Chihaya found Arata, so probably something along those lines, or maybe like interaction between Arata and Chihaya as well. There's a lot of great stuff I feel like we're going to be getting in the next couple episodes to finish off. But yeah, we just breezed past the semi-finals. I guess there's no real reason to watch it. Like, we don't have that much investment in them anymore. The outcome was pretty much forecasted. Like, no surprise there. And yeah, really exciting seeing them two walk out. I mean, yeah, what was it, 14 and 12 cards they beat their opponents by in the semi-finals of the Class A tournament. Like, that's on a different level. Yeah, that's crazy to me that they wouldn't at least play some of the finals at different times. And having all, I guess, because it's going to be a long day with all the individual matches being played in one day, so I guess it makes sense time-wise to do them at the same time. Yeah, I didn't think there would be a chance that Chihaya would go and watch someone else over Taichi. Yeah, we just breezed past that. Yeah, because fucking Taichi won by 18 cards, bro. He's in a different zone today. I mean, we didn't even tap into him at all until this final, basically. Like, he was ready to accept that Chihaya wasn't going to be here, and I wonder if he would have won if Chihaya wasn't there. I feel like he would have. He would have stayed in that zone he was sort of in before. Whereas when Chihaya sort of came in, it sort of rocked his momentum a bit. It is funny how like all of Taichi's shortcomings when it comes to character is all mental stuff, like mental blocks. It's really funny. Poor Rion there as well. Up against Taichi, like, it's rough for her someone who should be in Class A. Yeah, man, she had it rough. She had to play fucking Chihaya and then Taichi. both of our guys. Yeah, she played 2 Class A players essentially. Yeah, because I don't know, he's just locked in, and then fucking Chihaya appears, and it just completely rocks his momentum. And yeah, and now he's thinking, okay, I just need to. He's so funny. I love him, man. Like, what do you mean? He's not even focused on getting promoted to Class A. He's just like, oh, I need to make sure I win sooner so Chihaya can watch Arata and Shinobu play. What about you? What about you winning just to get to Class A? Like, even at the end, he's not even thinking about that. It's crazy. Yeah, I have no like clue how this is gonna fare this game. Like obviously it was kind of portrayed at first that Shinobu was just wiping him, but it was only by 1. Like they were touching it at the same time. It's just because it was on Shinobu's side, and then Arata also winning one of Shinobu's best cards. Like, and yeah, but what she said as well, she's going to prove you don't need friends. I feel like that alone makes me think Arata might win, because the show's trying to prove that wrong, essentially. Like, that's like Shinobu's sort of perspective goes against what the show is doing. So Arata may just kind of prove her wrong here, and maybe that will make Shinobu change a bit into season 3. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. I like the scene of Shinobu being like, yeah, I'm sorry guys, I'm going to choose which cards I can and can't save. Like, her only friends are the cards, like, but there's a different sort of determination on Arata's face. He feels like he has something to prove, and not just from just his own ability, but proving that character isn't just about yourself and the opponent in front of you. It's about like the connections you make and everything like that. Like, Arata feels like he has a different sort of air to him, and it's just different. I enjoyed sort of Taichi and Rion's game being like messy like this. They're both just like panicking a bit and like not on the top of their game at the moment. Also, this part was really interesting as well. Finding out that it's probably the reader's final exam and he's probably messing it up. It's quite cool to see that. I do appreciate how it's like Kana giving us that perspective as well every time, because obviously she's the one that is invested in actually being a reader and doing the reading. So it's cool to have her commentate on stuff like that. I feel like Rio next year is going to be a real threat. Like, obviously, I assume we're not going to see as much of her, given she'll still be in Class B. Maybe we might get someone like Komono in Class B against her, but I feel like Rion might end up probably getting promoted next year. Yeah, now she's comparing her to Suo. Like, it's all just stuff in his head. And the moment he sort of just kind of puts that aside and just thinks logically, as he's best at, is those logical, like, objective decisions and plays, and the memorization that he's so good to rely on for him, he's able to win. Obviously, it's not that simple of just being like ignoring those sort of things, but that's like Taichi's biggest sort of downfall is there's always just a mental battle going on inside his head. And now that he's in Class A, he can sort of just relax a bit, because it's been so long and he's been so close every time. It is funny. I'm speaking of this, and I'm kind of thinking of Arsenal and how they've been so close to winning the league the last couple of years, and now they've won it. They can just relax, and like that pressure's just gone from them now, and Taichi's going to be able to have that same feeling going into Class A now, and I wonder how he's going to sort of fare and play against these players that, even those are newly promoted Class A player, he's not going to have that feel to him. He's going to feel like he's going to belong here. Like, this is where he's belong, and there's not that pressure on him to sort of perform that well either in Class A, given that he's just got promoted. So I think he's going to be a real threat. I think we're going to see it in the next solo tournament when we'll have him, Arata, Chihaya, Shinobu. Taichi was probably going to go up against one of those three and maybe beat them. Like, it depends on how the story goes, because I feel like in the next tournament we're going to be setting up for maybe a Chihaya and Shinobu game and a Chihaya and Arata game. Like, there's so much that can happen. There's Taichi v Arata as well. Like, Taichi v Shinobu would be a bit of a wild card game. I feel like maybe a Shinobu v Arata might not be that. Might not happen given we're getting that here in the final, but we could get a rematch. Like, there's a lot of interesting stuff that could happen there in Class A next year. But I was kind of surprised how they just kind of we had this whole like part of just Taichi just kind of going through his mental. I do love it when we go into his head here and he's breaking down everything that's going on. You feel like when he does get in this sort of mode, you feel confident about him sort of taking the next card, at least. He's just like, yeah, I just got to win. Like, I just got to take it card by card and win. Simple as. Like, I just got to, like, and the moment that happens, he's just able to win. I'm surprised they sort of skipped through that. Like, it was just all of a sudden, like, he was there, and then he'd won. Like, literally, like, 5 seconds apart almost. That was genuinely really surprising that they just sort of, like, yeah, like, that's done. Because obviously they skipped over the semi-final against Retro. I didn't think they'd skip as much of this, but I guess there's not more than they need to tell during this match. Like, if they skip a match, it means there's not a story that needs to be told here. There's not, or whatever they have told has been sort of done already, and they've done that here with sort of Taichi's mental battle. It's fair enough. We can move on to, and I sort of, there's a meta aspect to it as well, of the way Taichi just locks in, wins. He's already out there. He's saying, okay, I've won by this many amount. Come on, Jay, let's go and watch the next game. And then it's like, no, all of this stuff happens in the space of 1 minute. He's won. He's gone. He's taking Jay to go watch Arata v Shinobu, and then it's like, wait, like, and it's just, it just all hit, like, it's Chihaya that has to, like, tell him, like, you're in Class A, like, you did it, like, you've done it, you've been working so hard to get to here, and it just hits him, because he's just been trying to rush through it, and it's just been a blur, and now it just hits him, and that's such a genuine smile from Taichi. It's so cute. Oh, it's so nice to have Taichi in Class A, man. Oh. Well, they were good episodes. I'm really excited for the next two. Hopefully I get to watch them in a few days' time. And that'll be season 2 done. So yeah, like I said, I'm not predicting the next episode. Obviously we're going to get Arata v Shinobu. Maybe a little bit of Komono's final. Probably going to wrap up this arc next episode. It's exciting, man. It's also nice, like, on an emotional side of things. I can kind of just relax a bit. Chihaya obviously knocked out Shinobu. Given no injury, it was sort of expected. Taichi's got to Class A. Komono would be cool if he wins. I'm not really expecting him to win his sort of Class C already, but it'd be really cool if he does. And I'm not expecting that game to get a massive amount of focus. So, and then Shinobu Arata, I can just sit back and watch like two of the greatest go at it, like sort of a Bayern v PSG sort of Champions League semi-final sort of thing. I have no stakes in it. We can just enjoy the game. But yeah, I think that's all for today. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week for the last of Chihayafuru Season 2. Bye.